The terms of my help. First, I said. You will repay every cent you stole from me. Yes, of course. Second, I said. You will sign a legal document, removing yourself as beneficiary from any of my assets. He froze. Mom, what? Why? Because, I said calmly. You've lost the privilege of inheriting anything from me. His voice cracked. Mom, please, don't do that. I'm your son. And I was your mother, I said. Until the moment you emptied my account. He sobbed. But, what about Jessica? Oh, I said coldly. Your wife and her mother will sign documents too. Donna shrieked in the background. I ignored her. And third, I added. You will record a statement, admitting what you did, and apologizing. Mom, this is humiliating. Good, I said. You deserve it. A long silence. Then. Okay, Daniel whispered. I'll do it. Good, I said. I'll book you flights home. His breathing steadied. Thank you, he whispered. You're welcome, I said. And Daniel? Yes? These tickets? I said softly. They won't be business class. When the call ended, I sat back and began planning part 2 of my revenge. The part they didn't know about yet. The part that would change everything. The flight home, the humiliation, and the contract they never saw coming. Forgiveness is optional. Consequences are not. Subscribe. This chapter is the one your viewers will feel in their bones. The cheapest flight I could find. When Daniel begged for help, I promised I'd get them home. I meant it. I just didn't promise comfort. They used my money to fly business class to Rome and stay in a luxury suite. So their return? It wasn't going to match that energy. I found a flight with 3 layovers. 22-hour total travel time. Middle seats only. No meals. No checked luggage. No entertainment. No refunds. No upgrades. Price? $617 per person. The cheapest misery money could buy. I booked it. Sent the confirmations. And muted my phone. The airport chaos in Rome. The next morning in Rome. Daniel, Jessica, and Donna arrived at the airport. Looking like they'd slept on gravel. Because they had. Their hotel eviction had left them no choice but to sleep outside the embassy gate. Until morning. As they approached the check-in counter, Daniel looked confused. Mom, this can't be right. These seats. These connections. I texted back. Correct. You're not on vacation anymore. Jessica read the message over his shoulder and erupted. What the hell, Daniel? I told you to ask her for better seats. I did, he snapped. She said this is what we get. Donna shoved between them. This is insulting, she barked. I have back problems. I need extra space. I replied. You should have thought of your back before you spent my retirement on champagne. Donna's scream echoed across the airport. Your mother is evil. A few tourists turned to watch. Jessica folded her arms. This is your fault, Daniel. My fault, he shouted. You and your MOM told me to use the money. Donna gasped dramatically. How dare you blame us for your stupid choices? They were fighting in line. Loud. Messy. Unfiltered. It was glorious. Daniel texted again. Mom. Please. Just upgrade us. I responded. No. He tried again. We'll pay you back. I replied. With what money, Daniel? He didn't answer. They boarded the plane. Exhausted, filthy, carrying shame like luggage. The 22-hour flight from hell. I wasn't physically there. But a fellow passenger later sent me a DM. After seeing the drama unfold on my son's social media. Apparently, during the flight, Donna argued with the flight attendant because she didn't get free wine. Jessica cried half the trip. Daniel kept pacing the aisle, shaking his head. Donna yelled, "Do you know who I am?" to a steward who absolutely did not care. All three got stern warnings for being disruptive. Donna complained they were treated like peasants. Perfect. Let them feel the discomfort they forced onto me. Let them sit with the consequences. Let them choke on the economy air. The airport showdown back home. I was waiting at the airport when they landed. Not with a sign. Not with open arms. With a folder. Daniel saw me first. His face lit up with desperate relief. "Mom," he cried, dragging his suitcase. "Oh, thank God." "Stop there," I said. He froze mid-step. Jessica stood a few feet behind him. Hair messy, shirt wrinkled, mascara streaked. Donna limped forward. Dramatic as always. "I hope you're happy," she snapped. "You've humiliated us." I smiled calmly. "You embarrassed yourselves. I just stopped funding it." Daniel swallowed. "Mom, please, can we go home, Anne?" "No," I said. He blinked. "What?" "You're not getting in my car," I said. "You're not stepping foot in my house." His eyes widened. But Mom, we need showers. And food. And rest. You should have thought about that before stealing from me." Donna scoffed loudly. "Diane, don't be ridiculous. He's your son." I turned to her. "He's an adult who emptied my life savings." Donna tried again. "You're overreacting. Family forgives. Family doesn't steal," I cut in. She shut up. Jessica pulled Daniel aside. "What did you think would happen? You said your mom was soft." Soft. Soft. The word echoed like a slap. She thought I was soft. She thought I was weak. She thought I was someone she could walk over and giggle about later. Daniel looked shattered. "Mom," he whispered. "I'm sorry." For the first time. He meant it. But sorry doesn't refill a drained bank account. Sorry doesn't erase betrayal. Sorry doesn't undo theft. The legal trap you set. I handed Daniel the folder. "What's this?" he asked. "The terms of my help." He hesitated. Jessica snatched it and opened it. Inside were 3 sets of documents. 1 repayment agreement, legally binding. He must repay every cent. Plus interest. On a schedule he couldn't escape. Keycap 2 beneficiary removal forms. He forfeits all rights to my estate, savings, and assets. Forever. Keycap 3 acknowledgement of financial exploitation. A signed document stating he accessed my accounts without permission. Jessica gasped. "You're making him sign this?" I looked her dead in the eyes. "He stole from me. This isn't revenge. This is accountability." Donna lunged forward. "No. You can't do this. He's your child. And I was his mother," I said calmly. "Until the day he stopped treating me like one." Daniel's face crumpled. "Mom. If I sign this, what does that make me?" I stepped closer. It makes you someone who is finally facing the consequences of what he did. Jessica grabbed his arm. Daniel, don't sign, she hissed. Your mother is punishing us. I raised a brow. Us? Jessica froze. Donna looked away. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. I'll sign, he whispered. Jessica shrieked. Don't you dare. Donna stomped her foot like a child. This is abuse. I didn't even look at them. Daniel took the pen, hands trembling, and signed all 3 papers. Every signature was a nail in the coffin of the life he thought he could live. On my back. When he finished, he handed the folder back to me. I'm sorry, he said again. Broken. Small. I know, I said softly. But sorry is the start, not the end. The final humiliation for Donna. As we stood there in silence, another airport worker approached them. Are you the Morris Group? He asked. Donna stepped forward arrogantly. Yes, what now? We found your luggage. Donna rolled her eyes dramatically. Well, finally, someone competent. He smiled politely and set the bags down. All 3 of them. Wrapped in bright orange tape. Marked, security flagged, searched. People around us stared. Donna's face turned purple. This is an outrage, she screamed. No, ma'am, the agent said. It's protocol. For passengers who create disturbances. Your file says you caused multiple issues on your flight. Daniel groaned. Jessica covered her face. Donna launched into a tirade, shrieking at the employee, calling the airline trash, calling the staff peasants. Everyone stared. Everyone whispered. Everyone judged. And I simply watched. Because for the first time in my life, Donna's humiliation didn't land on me. It landed directly on the people who earned it. My final words to them at the airport. Daniel stepped toward me again. Mom, can we go to your place now? No. He blinked. Where do we go? I shrugged. You're adults. Figure it out. Mom, please, just for a day. Just until we. No, Daniel, I said gently. No more helping you clean up your disasters. No more saving you. No more paying for your choices. His mouth trembled. Then, what now? Now? I said. Now you rebuild your life. The same way I rebuilt mine. From nothing. Jessica glared at him. Donna glared at me. And I turned, walked to my car, and drove away, leaving them there, with their luggage, their shame, their consequences, and not a single dollar of my money. But I wasn't done yet. Phase 2 was coming. The phase that would make sure this never happened again. And the phase that would finally show Daniel what real accountability looks like. The lawyer, the divorce, and the secret that broke him. You can break someone's trust in a single day. But earning forgiveness takes a lifetime. Subscribe, because this chapter hits harder than the theft itself. The lawyer who didn't even blink. The day after they returned home, I visited my lawyer. Not just any lawyer. Ellen Barrow. A woman who could slice a person's excuses into dust. With one raised eyebrow. As soon as she heard the story, she leaned back in her chair and said, "Good. You finally stood up to him." I blinked. "You sound like you knew this was coming." Her eyes softened. "Diane. Any child who thinks their parents' bank account is an infinite resource We'll eventually test the limits. I swallowed hard. He drained me, Ellen. Every cent of that checking account. All my savings. Ellen steepled her fingers. And you still have your husband's trust account. I nodded. You're not as destroyed as they think, she said. But they, Diane. They're about to learn how real life works. She opened the folder Daniel signed. Her smile sharpened. This is airtight. What happens now? I asked softly. We file it officially with the court. Your son will legally owe you restitution. On a strict repayment schedule. Can he get out of it? No. She tapped her pen. Not unless he wants a judge to garnish his wages. I exhaled. And the beneficiary removal? Filed today. And the fraud acknowledgement? That, she said, goes in the secure drawer. Until and unless he tries you again. If he slips up even once. We press charges. And he faces criminal court. I nodded slowly. This is going to break him, I whispered. Ellen looked at me with measured compassion. He broke you first. Daniel's first payment. 1 week later, Daniel sent his first payment. $300. A drop in the ocean of what he owed. But it was something. With the bank investigating and Ellen involved. He knew better than to skip it. He didn't attach a message. Didn't try to call. Didn't send an apology. Just the transfer. Quiet. Humbling. Telling. Jessica saw the notification. And threw a tantrum big enough to shake their apartment walls. You're paying her back. That money was for our trip. Our life. Our future. Daniel snapped. Our trip was theft, Jessica. You're taking her side? There aren't sides, he shouted. I stole from her. Jessica gasped like he slapped her. Donna stormed in. Don't you dare take that woman's side. Your mother is manipulating you. No, Daniel said simply. She's not. I messed up. And I'm fixing it. Jessica's face twisted. You're pathetic. Daniel flinched. That was the beginning of the end. The marriage cracks. Over the next 2 weeks. Payments trickled in. $150. $200. $80. $120. Every deposit was a piece of Daniel acknowledging the truth. But Jessica hated it. She had married Daniel, expecting him to provide. Not realizing she'd married a man who didn't even know himself. One night, I got a message from a mutual friend. They're fighting constantly. Jessica said she didn't sign up to pay back his mom. 2 days later, Jessica moved back with Donna for a bit. A week after that, they're doing counseling but it's not helping. And then the message. That made me close my eyes slowly. Jessica is talking divorce. Part of me felt guilty. Part of me didn't. Because their marriage was built on entitlement and delusion. Not honesty. Not accountability. Not love. Jessica didn't want a husband. She wanted a financier. And Daniel had finally run out of funds. Donna's downfall. While Daniel chipped at the debt, Donna faced a disaster of her own making. She had racked up credit card balances, expecting Daniel to cover them later. Without him buying new flights, upgrades, spa packages, and gifts for her daughter. Her bills caught up fast. Her credit score tanked. 2 cards were frozen. A third sent her to collections. She had to cancel her yoga retreat, her salon membership, her exclusive lifestyle coaching program, and the fake designer bag subscription she bragged about online. I didn't know any of this at first. But the universe loved delivering karma. With tracking numbers. Donna herself texted me in rage. Be proud. You ruined my life too. I responded with a single sentence. I had nothing to do with the life you built on instability. She didn't respond. Of course she didn't. Shame is loud. Until you answer it calmly. The shock that broke Daniel. One evening. Daniel showed up at my door. Not banging. Not yelling. Just standing there. Quiet. Defeated. He held another payment envelope in his hand. I know you prefer transfers, he said softly. But, this week is cash. I nodded and let him hand it to me. He didn't step inside. Didn't ask to. He looked older. Smaller. Like life itself had scraped him down. Mom, he started, can I ask something? Yes. How? He swallowed. How are you surviving? You lost everything I took. I studied him. His question wasn't about money. It was about guilt. About fear. About wondering. If he destroyed the last parent he had. I opened the drawer of my entry table. And handed him a folder. He blinked. What's this? Proof, I said softly. That I didn't lose everything. He opened it. Inside was the trust account summary. The offshore savings statement. Documentation of assets he never knew existed. He stared at the numbers. His jaw slackened. His eyes filled. Mom, he whispered. You still had this? Then why? Why did you let me think? Why didn't you tell me? Because, I said gently. You needed to understand. That the money you stole wasn't about a number. He looked up. It was about what you did to me. His face crumpled. I thought I ruined your life. You did hurt me, I said. He cried harder. But you didn't break me. He covered his face. I don't deserve you. I sighed softly. No. Not right now. His eyes widened in pain. But you can work on becoming someone who does. He nodded slowly, trembling. I'll repay every cent, he whispered. If it takes years. I'll do it. I know, I said. Because this wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about boundaries. Justice. Healing. Daniel wiped his eyes. Mom. Can I ask one more thing? Yes. Do you forgive me? I hesitated. Not cruelly. Honestly. I forgive the son I raised, I said quietly. But I don't forgive the man who stole from me. Daniel swallowed hard. So which one am I? That, I said, is what you have to decide now. He nodded. Stepped back. And whispered. I'll come by next week. With the next payment. And then he walked away. Into the night. Not angry. Not entitled. Not demanding. Just human. And hurting. And changing. The letter I didn't expect. 3 days later. A letter arrived in my mailbox. From Jessica. I opened it carefully. Inside. A divorce announcement. A list of assets she was keeping. There weren't many. A short, bitter paragraph accusing Daniel of choosing his elderly mother over his marriage. And then the final line. I hope you're happy. I smiled. No, I wasn't happy. But I was free. And Daniel was finally facing reality. And Donna. Well, Donna was drowning in hers. And the best part? I still wasn't done. Phase 3 of my revenge was already forming. The phase that would rewrite Daniel's life. In a way none of them expected. The final choice. And the son I got back. Sometimes revenge isn't destroying someone. It's giving them the chance to rebuild. But only on your terms. Subscribe, this is where the pain becomes power. And the ending becomes unforgettable. The collapse of Donna. Donna tried to hold on to the illusion that she was still the center of her daughter's world. But Jessica, after moving back into her childhood bedroom, quickly realized what living with Donna really meant. Unpaid credit cards. Late bills. Loud tantrums. Blaming everyone else. Zero accountability. Manipulative guilt trips. A woman who expected everyone else to fix her life. 2 weeks after the Rome disaster, Donna's landlord issued an eviction notice. Her cards were in collections. Her social media, luxury influencer mom, persona was unraveling. And Jessica, no longer cushioned by Daniel's paycheck or Donna's delusions, began seeing her mother clearly for the first time. One night, Jessica screamed loud enough for neighbors to complain. "You're the reason my marriage failed." Donna screeched back. "No, that woman is Daniel's mother. She ruined us." Jessica shot back. "Daniel ruined himself." Neighbors heard everything. By the next morning, Jessica packed her bags and moved in with a coworker. Donna was left alone in her half-empty apartment with a stack of unpaid bills and no one to blame except everyone but herself. She tried calling me. Blocked. She tried calling Daniel. Blocked. She tried calling Jessica. Declined. And for the first time, Donna finally faced a version of life where no one enabled her, where no one funded her lifestyle, where no one bowed to her ego. And oh, it shattered her. But her collapse wasn't my revenge. Her collapse was her own making. Daniel's rock bottom. 2 months after Rome. At 8:47 p.m. My doorbell rang. I looked through the peephole. Daniel. But he wasn't standing tall like usual. He wasn't angry or confident or defensive. He was slumped and holding an envelope. I opened the door, and he stepped inside slowly, like the house belonged to someone else. "Mom," he whispered. "Here's this week's payment." He placed the envelope on the table. I noticed his hands shaking. "Daniel," I said quietly. "Sit down." He sat, head in hands, shoulders trembling. "What happened?" I asked. He inhaled sharply, then broke. "I lost my job." My breath caught. "What?" "I was so distracted, Mom," he said. "The stress. The debt. The divorce. Everything I did to you. It all caught up. And they fired you?" He nodded. "I deserved it." He looked around the room. "Mom. I have nothing." I didn't speak. He wiped his face. "I don't deserve your forgiveness," he whispered. "But, can I tell you something?" I nodded. He swallowed. "When I was in Rome, when everything collapsed, I kept thinking, if Mom was here, she'd fix this. Because that's what you always did." I blinked back tears. "And then, when you didn't fix it, I realized how much I took you for granted. How much I used you. How much I expected you to save me from my own choices." He looked up at me, eyes red. "Mom. I don't want revenge. I just want you back." My chest tightened. Because for the first time, these weren't empty words. This was a boy mourning the mother he'd forgotten he had. The financial reality check Daniel cleared his throat. I have 3,000 left in my account, he whispered. That's it. I nodded. He lowered his eyes. I don't know how I'm going to make the next payment. Are you asking for more time? I asked calmly. No, he said. I'm not asking for anything. I'll find a job. I'll deliver food. I'll work nights. I owe you this, and I will repay it. His voice quieted. Even if it takes me years. My throat tightened. Not from anger. From recognition. This wasn't the man who stole from me. This wasn't the boy who emptied my account. This was someone trying. Failing. Hurting. Growing. And I realized something. Revenge had already happened. I didn't need to destroy him. Life had already done that. And now? It was time to rebuild boundaries. And maybe, eventually, a relationship. But on my terms. The final terms. Daniel, I said softly. I'm going to give you an option. He looked up. Terrified. Hopeful. Vulnerable. You will continue paying me back, I said. And you will finish it. He nodded quickly. I will. But, I added. I'm lifting the deadline pressure. He blinked. What? Pay me what you can. When you can, I said. Consistently. Responsibly. But without losing your chance. To rebuild your life. His eyes flooded. Mom. Why? Because, I said softly. Punishment teaches a lesson. But responsibility shapes a person. He broke. Completely. Sobbing into his hands. I don't deserve you, he kept whispering. No, I said. You don't. He froze. Then I added. But you're trying to become someone who does. He looked up slowly. And for the first time in years, I saw the boy I raised. Not the man corrupted by entitlement. Not the husband warped by Donna's influence. Not the son who stole my savings. But the human being. Standing in front of me. The final message to Donna. 1 month later. A voicemail reached me through a mutual contact. Donna's voice. You think you won? You think you're a hero? You ruined us. You ruined everything. I listened to the whole thing. In silence. Then deleted it. Because Donna was no longer part of my story. She was just a chapter. I closed forever. The end, and the beginning. 6 months passed. Daniel got a new job. He sent payments regularly. Not large ones. But consistent. Responsible. Earned. He stopped drinking. Stopped clubbing. Stopped seeking validation. From people who didn't care about him. He started therapy. He apologized again and again. Without expecting forgiveness. He asked permission. Before visiting. Before calling. Before stepping into my life again. And slowly. Cautiously. Honestly. We rebuilt something new. Not the old relationship. Not the naive trust. Something stronger. Something respectful. Something earned. One evening. After he dropped off another payment. He hugged me. Longer. Tighter. Real. Mom, he whispered. I'm going to be better. I promise. And for the first time. In a long time. I believed him. The final twist, your husband's letter. 3 months later. I opened the final envelope. From my late husband's trust. Inside was a handwritten note. He'd left years ago. If Daniel ever loses himself. Help him find his way home. But only when he's ready. I folded the letter. Looked out the window. Daniel was outside. Washing his old car. Humming quietly. And I realized. My revenge wasn't the punishment. My revenge was the transformation. They expected me to crumble. Instead, I rose. Stronger. Smarter. Untouchable. And I brought my son with me. Back into the world. On my terms. The morning my son stole everything. Your own child stealing from you. That's a pain you don't feel in your wallet. You feel it in your bones. Subscribe, because this story begins with heartbreak, and ends with consequences they never saw coming. My name is Diane, and I raised my only son to be kind. Not perfect. Not rich. Not powerful. Just kind. But life has a way of teaching you the truth about people. Sometimes with a gentle nudge. And sometimes like a brick to the face. This story is the brick. It begins on an ordinary Thursday morning. With me standing in my kitchen. Coffee barely brewed. Wondering why my online banking app refused to load properly. A glitch, I thought. The screen refreshed twice. The loading icon spinning lazily. Then the balance appeared. My heart stopped. $84.27 available. That couldn't be right. My checking account alone had over $38,000 yesterday. Savings had $50,000. Travel fund, $12,500. Now? Gone. Everything gone. The room tilted. My vision blurred. And the coffee mug slipped from my hand and shattered on the floor. I stared at the numbers again. $84.27. The number pressed into my brain like a branding iron. No, 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 I whispered. My hands shook as I dug through the transactions list. $12,400, international flight. $5,200, luxury hotel. $3,980, jewelry store. $2,600, high-end restaurant. $18,000, travel agency package. $4,200, designer boutique. $1,200, spa and wellness retreat. $52, airport coffee. It was like watching someone carve chunks out of my life. Over and over. Swipe. 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 Every major transaction had a small one right after it. Meals, rideshares, upgrades, little indulgences, and extras. Whoever did this wasn't panicked. They were celebrating. The horrible realization. Then I saw the name on an airline ticket confirmation sent to my email. Passenger 1. Daniel Morris. My son. Passenger 2. His wife, Jessica. Passenger 3. Her mother. They'd flown, in business class. To Rome. My son emptied my bank account. To take a luxury European vacation. With his wife. And his mother-in-law. Not me. Not even a text. Not a call. Just theft. My hands went cold. My mouth went dry. This wasn't an accident. No one accidentally empties someone's entire account. And buys 3 international tickets. This was deliberate. Intentional. And done with a confidence. That told me one thing. They didn't expect me to fight back. The family backstory. Before I tell you how this spiraled, you need to understand the family dynamic. When Daniel married Jessica, he didn't just take on a wife. He took on her mother too. Her mother, Donna, was the kind of woman who treated everyone like a stepping stone. Perfect nails. Perfect hair. Perfect Instagram quotes about self-care. That she never actually practiced. Unless someone else was paying for it. From day one, she made it clear. I wasn't grand enough for her standards. I worked as a nurse for 22 years. Practical. Modest. Hardworking. Donna didn't care. In her world, money made morals optional. Jessica followed her mother's lead. And Daniel, my sweet boy, my only child, he wanted so badly to impress them that he began to slip away from me. More and more. Until one day, the man I raised felt like a stranger living in his skin. Warning signs I ignored. Looking back, the signs were there. Every time I invited them for dinner. We're busy. Jessica's tired. Mom's cooking tonight. Maybe next week. Every birthday. Sorry, we're traveling. Sorry, we forgot. Sorry, Jessica's family planned something. Every holiday. I was the afterthought. Like they'd pencil me in. Only if the real family plans fell through. But even then, I never imagined this. Never imagined they'd take my entire life savings. Like a vending machine. They felt entitled to kick open. I believed Daniel was still inside there somewhere. Still good. Still my baby boy. But reality has a way of shoving the truth into your chest. When you're not ready for it. The call I never thought I'd have to make. I called the bank. My voice trembling but controlled. This is fraudulent activity, I said. I did not authorize these charges. They froze the account. Flagged the transactions. Filed a claim. But then the rep said the words. That turned my stomach. The withdrawals were made. Through your own online banking login. Meaning? Whoever did this knew my password. Whoever did this had enough of my personal info to bypass extra verification. Whoever did this had been watching. My heart sank. There were only two possibilities. My son used my personal details for access. Or Jessica's family helped him. Either way, it was an inside job. The rep cleared her throat delicately. We're escalating this as a potential case of familial financial exploitation. I thanked her and hung up. Then I called Daniel. The call that changed everything. He answered on the second ring. Hey, Mom, he said casually. As if nothing had happened. I blinked. Daniel, did you take money from my account? Silence. Then a sigh. Oh. You saw that. Saw that? Saw that? My hands shook. Daniel, I breathed shakily. You emptied my accounts. Everything I've ever saved. How could you do that to me? His voice hardened immediately. Defensive, irritated. Like I was being unreasonable. Mom, calm down. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. I could barely breathe. Not a big deal. Daniel, that was my retirement. My emergency fund. My entire savings. How could you? It's temporary, he said sharply. We needed it. We? I whispered. Jessica, her mom, and I. We're celebrating. Celebrating what? He clicked his tongue. Jessica won a giveaway online. A discount for a luxury retreat. But the window to book the flights closed fast. We didn't have enough. And you weren't picking up your phone. I stared at the empty room around me. You stole from me. Because you needed flights? He exhaled loudly. Oh my God, Mom, we didn't steal. We borrowed. I felt my chest tighten. Physically. Painfully. You took everything, I whispered. You left me with $84. Relax, he snapped. We'll pay you back. When? I demanded. When we can, he said coldly. We're on vacation right now. Don't ruin this for us. For us. Not for me. Not for the mother who raised him alone. Not for the woman whose savings he emptied. He meant us. As in him, Jessica, and Jessica's mother. Not me. I wasn't us. I wasn't family. I was a wallet with a heartbeat. The final blow. Then Daniel said something I will never forget. For the rest of my life. Something that turned my heartbreak into something colder, sharper, more dangerous. He said, Jessica said you'd understand. She said you never really needed the money anyway. I closed my eyes. My breathing went shallow. Jessica told him that my hard-earned money was unnecessary, expendable, a safety net for her life and her comfort. I swallowed. Daniel, I whispered, voice trembling. I can't believe you did this. He scoffed. Mom, we're family. Family helps each other. Don't make this a thing. Then he hung up. Just like that. He hung up. And in that moment, something inside me quietly broke. And something else rose from the pieces. Resolve. Because if there's one thing a mother can do better than anyone, it's protect what she built. Even if she has to protect it from her own child. My son had no idea what was coming next. No idea that Rome was the last place he should have gone. Because that city was exactly where my revenge would begin. Rome, receipts, and the secret they didn't know I knew. He stole my life savings. He thought distance would protect him. But he forgot something. The farther he ran, the easier it became to trap him. Subscribe, because this chapter is where betrayal turns into strategy. My son hung up on me. From 5,000 miles away. With my money paying for every second of his comfort. And I stood in my living room. Chest tight. Hands shaking. The last fragments of who I used to be slipping away. What replaced them wasn't rage. Not yet. It was clarity. Cold clarity. The kind that comes when you realize nothing you believed about someone is true anymore. The bank meeting. I drove straight to the bank. I must have looked wild. Eyes red. Hair a mess. My voice steady only because if it cracked once, I'd scream. The fraud department rep, a young woman named Brianna, motioned for me to sit. Ms. Morris, we received the claim. But I need to be honest. This situation is unusual. I nodded slowly. Unusual wasn't even the word. It appears, she continued carefully, that your son had access to your online banking. From your home network. And your personal devices. I closed my eyes. Of course. Daniel knew my passwords. He'd helped me set them up years ago. I never changed them. Why would I? I trusted him. I had no reason to imagine my son someday would use them to drain everything I worked for. Brianna lowered her voice. Given that he's family, we need proof that the transactions were unauthorized. I opened my phone and showed her the call log. His voice telling me to relax. His voice telling me it wasn't a big deal. His voice talking about borrowing. Brianna's eyes widened. Oh my God. I kept scrolling. His final words. Don't make this a thing. Brianna inhaled sharply. This absolutely counts as financial exploitation. I want to press charges, I said. She blinked. You're sure? I looked her dead in the eyes. I'm sure. She nodded. We'll initiate the investigation. But, there's something else. She pulled up the airline information. The flight, she said softly. It's refundable. My pulse jumped. Refundable. But, she added. Only to the purchaser's account. And the purchaser is you, she said. Slowly, a spark lit inside my chest. The first real spark of revenge. If I played this right, they wouldn't just lose the trip. They would lose everything. The call from the other woman. 2 hours later. My phone rang again. Donna. My son's mother-in-law. The woman who had never spoken to me. Without a smirk in her voice. I answered. Her tone was dripping poison. Diane, sweetheart, she said. We need to talk. I froze. She only called me by name. When she wanted something. We're in Rome, she continued. And there seems to be an issue. With the hotel card on file. I raised an eyebrow. Oh. Yes, she snapped. They said the card declined. Tell your bank to fix it. I almost laughed. Tell your bank to fix it? I leaned back. Voice cool. Donna, that's not my card anymore. Excuse me? The bank froze everything, I said. Fraud investigation. Fraud, she scoffed. You gave Daniel access. I did not, I said sharply. You always let him use your accounts. No, I said coldly. I trusted him with helping me set up passwords. That's not permission. To steal. She inhaled sharply. You're being dramatic. I clenched my jaw. Donna, you and your daughter flew to Rome. On stolen money. Then, suddenly. Her mask cracked. Oh, shut up, she hissed. You're a retired nurse, not a millionaire. You'll be fine. I froze. That sentence. That tone. That dismissiveness. Is that what you told Daniel? I whispered. That I didn't need the money I worked 30 years for? Of course, she said. You're old, Diane. What else are you going to spend it on? He's young. He has a family. He deserves it more. My throat closed. Old. Didn't need it. He deserved it. A cold wave washed through me. You're disgusting, I whispered. Oh, grow up, she snapped. We're already here. Just fix the card. No. The silence that followed was delicious. Cold. Sharp. Perfect. No, she repeated. Did you just say no to me? I did, I said firmly. And you're going to hear it again. No more money. No more access. No more using me. The bank froze everything. I froze everything. You're cut off. She sputtered. You wouldn't. I did. But, Jessica, Daniel, what about? I smiled. Enjoy Rome, I whispered. You paid for it with my money. Now figure out how to come home. With yours. I hung up. Donna called back 12 times. I blocked her. The secret they didn't know. I made myself tea. Sat at the table. And pulled out a folder. I hadn't opened in years. Inside it? My husband's old documents. He died when Daniel was 5. A simple heart attack. Sudden. Devastating. But before he passed, my husband had left something. A trust account. A trust account in my name. A trust account. Worth more than Daniel ever knew. Not millions. But enough. Enough to protect me. Enough to rebuild. Enough to survive. And definitely enough to destroy anyone who thought they'd emptied me. Daniel thought he ruined me. He thought he left me penniless. He thought I was drowning. He thought he held all the power. Because he drained the only account he knew existed. But he never knew about the trust. Never knew about the offshore savings. Never knew about the assets I kept private. For my retirement. Money my husband left. To protect me. From the world. He never knew. Donna never knew. Jessica never knew. Which meant they thought I was weak. They thought one theft would break me. They thought I was trapped. Perfect. The first step of revenge. I called the airline. "Hi," I said sweetly. "I'm the account holder for booking #44372. I gave them the details. "Ma'am," the agent said. "I see a round trip to Rome for 3 passengers. How can I assist?" "I need to cancel them." "All 3? "Yes." "Would you like to refund to your original payment method?" "Yes." "Done," she said. "You'll see the refund in 3 to 5 days." I hung up. Then called the hotel. "Please remove my card from the reservation," I said. "The guests are in their room now," the clerk warned. "Oh, I know," I smiled. "Proceed." They did. Then I froze Daniel's digital wallet accounts. Locked his shared plan access. Changed every password. Closed the secondary online banking login. Then I paused. The final step. The beginning of the real revenge. I opened WhatsApp. Found Daniel's profile. And typed. "Check your hotel balance." 3 dots appeared. Then. "Mom, what did you do?" I typed slowly. "Just giving you the same surprise you gave me." Then. Blocked. Donna called from an Italian number. Blocked. Jessica's crying voicemail. Blocked. I made myself dinner. For the first time that day. Sat quietly. And let the silence settle. Because this wasn't the end. This was the first move. Rome was about to become the lesson of their lives. Rome turned into their nightmare. And my revenge was just beginning. You can't steal from someone and then expect the world to stay soft for you. Subscribe, because this chapter is where karma gets off the plane and starts running. The calm before their storm. After I canceled the flights and removed my card from the hotel, I cooked myself dinner, lit a small candle, and sat peacefully at my kitchen table. Thousands of miles away. My son, his wife, and his mother-in-law were living on borrowed luxury. Luxury funded by theft. Luxury that was about to turn into their worst waking nightmare. I knew what was coming. Time zones are beautiful things. In Rome, it was nearly 2 a.m. They were asleep. In their expensive room. Ordered on my dime. Living in comfort they didn't earn. But they didn't know. Their fairy tale was about to crack. Right under their feet. The hotel calls them. At 2:37 a.m. Rome time. The hotel's night manager received an urgent notification. Guest credit authorization declined. He checked the file. Pulled up the reservation. Saw the cancellation notices. Saw the unpaid balance. He called their room. Daniel answered, groggy. "Hello?" "Senior Morris," the manager said sharply. "There is an urgent issue with your payment." "Huh? What do you mean?" "The card used on file has been removed. And the authorization has failed. A pause. What? That's impossible. The hotel requires immediate payment. For your current stay and past charges. Daniel sat upright. What charges? The card was working fine. The manager's voice chilled. Not anymore. The first meltdown. I wasn't there. But the hotel camera footage later emailed to me. And yes, I saved every second. Told the story perfectly. Daniel stumbled out of bed. With panic in his eyes. Jessica shot upright. Her mother, Donna, stormed into the hallway of the suite. This is unacceptable. She shrieked. We are paying guests. The manager shook his head. No, Signora. You are not. Donna's jaw dropped. Excuse me? You have not paid. Your card is invalid. You owe €3,780 for the first 2 days. Daniel paled. Jessica started crying immediately. Donna puffed herself up like a peacock. You listen to me, she hissed. We are Americans. We will not be treated this way. The manager smiled politely. Then you will appreciate that we treat all guests equally, American or not. When they cannot pay. Donna froze. Jessica sobbed harder. Daniel pulled out his phone. Frantically trying to call me. Of course, I had him blocked. He tried FaceTime. Blocked. He tried WhatsApp. Blocked. Then he tried the one person he assumed would never betray him. My sister, Leah. She ignored the call. I didn't tell her to. She just knew. The eviction. At 2:55 a.m. The hotel had enough. 3 security officers entered. We must ask you to vacate the room. Donna shrieked like a banshee. This is outrageous. We are high-class guests. You are unpaid guests. The manager corrected. Daniel begged. Just give me until morning. I can fix this. No, Senior. You must leave now. The door opened. The hallway filled. Tourists peeked out of their rooms. At the chaos. Donna screaming. Jessica sobbing. Daniel gripping his hair. They were escorted out of the hotel. With their suitcases. And zero dignity. Exactly the way they left me. Penniless. Embarrassed. Alone. Except I was in my own home. With a lifetime of savings behind me. They were in a foreign country. With no money. No access. And no idea what came next. The embassy incident. At 4 a.m. They arrived at the U.S. Embassy gate. Barely dressed for the cold. Dragging their luggage. Donna nearly crying from humiliation. They pounded on the locked doors. A security officer stepped out. You cannot enter. Embassy hours begin at 9 a.m. Donna exploded. We are Americans, she screamed. We have been defrauded. The guard blinked. Then file a report. Daniel tried explaining. My mom, my mother. She took away our money. The officer raised a hand. You're telling me you used her money without permission. And now you are in trouble? Daniel's face turned the color of a dying sunset. It wasn't. I mean. The guard shook his head. Sit outside the gate. Stay quiet. You cannot yell here. Donna sat down on the sidewalk. Like a collapsed inflatable lawn decoration. Jessica couldn't stop crying. Daniel stared at the ground. I sat in my warm home. Drinking tea. Watching the embassy's public live stream camera. Like a movie. I felt nothing. No pity. No guilt. No second guessing. Just peace. The second call they didn't expect. At 6 a.m. Rome time. Daniel borrowed a stranger's phone. And called my landline. This time. I answered. Not with anger. Not with emotion. Just quiet. Mom, he choked. Mom, please, please, help us. We're stuck, we're stranded. We don't have money. Our cards are declining. We can't get a hotel. We can't eat. We can't. I let him talk. Let him crumble. Let him say every word he should have said. Before he stole from me. When he finally stopped. Sobbing into the phone. I said softly. You want help now? Yes, he cried. Yes, please, we're desperate. You weren't desperate. When you took him, why money? I said quietly. That was a mistake. Jessica said. Donna said. I didn't think. No, I said coldly. You didn't care. A long pause. Then he whispered something. That was the most honest thing he had said in years. Mom. I don't know who I am anymore. I swallowed. You are the man you chose to be. I said. And now you're living with that choice. He broke again. Please, just get us home. I took a slow breath. I will, I said. He gasped. You will? Yes, I said. But not for free. Silence. What does that mean? It means, I said. This ends my way. With my rules. And my consequences. Daniel didn't speak. Donna grabbed the phone. You evil old woman, she spat. You're punishing us? Us? When you basically told Daniel he could use your accounts. I laughed. Actually laughed. Donna, I said. If you speak again, I'll hang up and leave you on the sidewalk. She froze. You want my help? I said. Then you will listen. Quietly. Daniel grabbed the phone back. I'll do anything, he whispered. Just, help us go home. I smiled. Not with cruelty. With justice. Good, I said. Because you will do anything. And that was the moment. My revenge officially began.